What's happening, YouTube? How is everyone? I hope good. I am here with a two-pile reading. It is going to be why did they walk away from you? Why did they leave? Why did they ghost you? Whatever your circumstances are. But we're going to find out why. So if you want to choose between pile 1 or pile 2, I'll get started. So for pile 1, the first card I pulled is Memories of Love. And with this card, I'm getting either, there might be two different stories here, that either you are the one that hurt them and they were having memories of love with you, but I kind of get more that they might have just broken up with someone, or they were in the process of breaking up with someone. So they kind of got stuck in their head and remembering the love that they had with someone else. So prosperity begins. And with this, prosperity begins. I feel that they went back to the person that they were with before you, to try and work things out, to try and get the relationship to a different level. Maybe even try to maybe move into marriage or engagement, and really had just high hopes that they could rekindle the love with the person that they were with before, because we all have been there. We all have had that one love that you want to try and work things out with. You're comfortable with them, and so on. So I'm getting that. And then you received heartache and loss. So I don't believe that relationship ended up panning out. There also is, maybe they thought that you and them were going to go in, maybe get into a relationship, but I feel that the communication was not flowing during this time. I think that with this scenario, I think that both of you were kind of, had your guards up and were standoffish, and neither one of you were communicating really what you wanted. And I think that really left you both feeling heartache and loss. And I feel that either one or both of you really regret not stepping up and making the gestures, or opening up about your relationship and how you feel, or how you felt, or you still feel that way. And I think that you really have doubts. I mean, not doubts. You really have. You just really feel. You've not doubts. I can't think of the word. What I'm trying to say. Geez Louise. That you really have regrets. There we go, for not doing it, because I think that you really truly do love this person. Maybe you didn't know it. Maybe you went through a rough time, in your past in relationships, and you were scared to open up. Maybe you were afraid that they wouldn't feel the same way, or maybe you didn't want to, look like you were trying to control the situation, or you were a little bit too needy, or you didn't want them to think maybe that you wanted it, too much, because some people get scared off that way. So, but I feel that you're both in this heartache and loss at this time. And then after, maybe you guys got together. Maybe, let's say, okay, you guys had sex, and it was awesome, and you both really enjoyed it. But it kind of left you both wondering where to go from here. Maybe you were concerned that he or she had a girlfriend. You had seen them together. You were still seeing pictures being posted on social media, and you weren't sure, really what that other person wanted, if they wanted to stay with that person or be with you. This is a prime example of why communication is so important in a relationship, because I think this would have, and this is what I'm getting from this, it would have saved a lot of heartache and loss, and you wouldn't be in this, if I don't throw it, you wouldn't be in, neither one of you would be in this position. I honestly think that if you guys would have opened up, you guys would be enjoying each other. I think that you would already be in a relationship and just, getting to know each other and having a really good time. But without communication, I think it kind of left you both, kind of blindsided, not knowing what the other one wanted. And I think that it was just like a miscommunication. And I think that one of you decided, you both were waiting on each other. Well, if you're both waiting on each other, obviously nothing's happening, because no one's reaching out and so on. And I think that it really hurt both of your feelings. I think that you both probably took it the wrong way. Maybe you took it that you were ghosted by one, you both were ghosted by the other person, or that, that you didn't like, you didn't like that person, and, vice versa. But in truth, that you really, really both really did like each other. You just didn't communicate it, and I think that really hindered the growth of this relationship. I'm not saying that it cannot come back together. I would hope it would. I think that you just have to, communicate your feelings, and then just maybe wait to hear back from them. And if they don't, respond in the same, way that went it kind of towards them, maybe give them some time, and hopefully they'll come around. And if they don't, then I guess you'll know. I think that you both went into or I believe that this person went into solitude because it really made him feel insecure, maybe made him feel like you did not want to be with him, that you maybe were a player, or just, playing the field. And I don't get that. I don't think that that's the truth at all. You received the well-deserved reward card. And maybe another scenario would be that this person already was with somebody that didn't treat them very well, and it could be vice versa. And they went, they thought that they were having, that their relationship was going to be, prosperous, and they were going to move into engagement and da-da-da-da. Well, maybe this person found out that their person was cheating on them, or maybe they broke up, from a fight, or whatever the situation was, and it left them in this heartache and loss. And then they went into solitude, and so that's probably why they didn't contact you. But what it left you feeling like was, obviously heartache and loss, and you felt that this person didn't want to be with you, and it really hurt you, and the other person really didn't think about you at all. They obviously were going through a lot in their life, so they, I'm sure they focused on one thing, and maybe they were more concerned with the other relationship, and they wanted that one to work out, but maybe they tried it again and it still didn't work out. So, or maybe they broke up then. But anyways, your person looked at you as a well-deserved reward. They looked at you like, the higher above were giving them this wonderful person that really, really seen them for who they were. You guys got along, you communicated, you guys would have fun together. There is extreme, like, chemistry. You guys are really, really passionate about each other. This could be almost, I think, a twin flame relationship. That's kind of what I'm feeling, and that's what I'm hearing. But you weren't on the same page, and you guys got lost in your minds and in your hearts, and you both were guarded, and you just both were not communicating. So it's not, I don't think this person meant to walk away or wanted to walk away. It just so happens that the communication was so lost in this, with you guys coming together, that you both felt like the other person didn't want each other. So they either released their old person, or they released you because they didn't feel that your relationship was going to come together. They didn't feel that that there was any hope for this of happening. So they decided to release it. Unfortunately, that makes me want to cry. They start to rebuild, and they're rebuilding their heart. And it could be because they're rebuilding from their past relationship, and they just stepped back, maybe away from you, to be able to do this, so they can be healthy and, open to having a new relationship with you. Or they are rebuilding their heart because of you, because the relationship didn't come together. You have confront. You both probably had to step aside and confront your shadows. Maybe you both were, like, deceiving one another by not opening up about your feelings. Maybe you or your person needed to really take a look at their relationship that they were in, or they just got out of, to see what made that relationship not last, what made that relationship end the way it did. because they didn't want to bring that into a new relationship. They needed to take a good hard look at themselves. What addictions do they have? Were they codependent on that person? And so on. So I think they stepped back to be able to do this, and I believe that you did the same. I feel like you guys are mirroring each other, and that's why I'm thinking it's a twin flame situation. I feel that you both are doing this. All in the golden afternoon: inspiration, creative spark, imagination, conception. And with this, I feel that you guys are starting to come out of, all of that heartache and solitude that you both were in. Maybe you both were just really struggling from relationships that the people really did you wrong. Maybe your partners cheated on you. Maybe they deceived you in some way, or, it feels like you both were hurt extremely deep. So, for this relationship to even go anywhere, you would have to heal from that in the first place. So, you received a moment's regret, idealizing the past, fearing you've made a mistake. So maybe you felt, or maybe your person felt that they made a mistake by breaking up with the other person. Maybe they were, fearing starting a new relationship with you. Maybe they weren't sure if you were the right one. Maybe they were afraid that you were just going to break their heart too. So I think that fear kind of got in the way also of this. And I think fear has been the main reason why in this whole situation, because fear definitely will stop us. Fear is, the work of the devil. It wants to keep us stuck where we're at. It likes it to be dark, and it likes, toxic relationships and unhappiness and sadness, and us fearing to move on to something new that will make us happy and fulfill us. So you have lead the way, be a leader, show others how it's done. You can help others. So maybe you need to take the initiative. Maybe you need to reach out to this person and tell them how you feel. If they don't respond in a good way, maybe you need to reach out again, and and then if they don't respond again, or they don't respond in a positive way, then maybe you have your answer. If you really want somebody, you have to go after them. Sometimes, people like that. I don't really like mind games myself. And I'm not saying that this is a mind game situation, but it's hard to express your feelings to someone else, because if they don't reciprocate those feelings, you are rejected, and you are left, feeling bad and sad and all that. But you never know unless you try. And if you really want this person, then maybe you will have to try more than once. Maybe you'll have to kind of prove to them that, hey, I really am interested in you. Hey, I'm really wanting to have a relationship with you. Hey, and so all you can do is try. But you received the 10 of Swords, which is an ending. So maybe they felt that you weren't making an initiative towards it. Maybe they were trying, but you weren't trying. Maybe you were the one that was afraid. Maybe you were not thinking that, maybe your self-esteem was low, and you didn't feel like this person would like you, could like you. And, there's so many scenarios that it could be, but this is how you left your person feeling. But then what they don't understand is this is how they left you feeling. So you both were left, feeling that you both were stabbed in the heart and in the back and everywhere, and you both felt like it was an ending. So, but I think that you both still have hope. I feel that you both have hope, and that you're really, really, trying to put your faith in the higher above, and that this will come together when maybe it's divine timing. Maybe it's not the right time. Maybe you have to heal before it could come together. But it would be nice if you guys could communicate that to each other. If that person is going through a rough time, you can at least express, hey, I want to be your friend. So if anything else, I'm here for you, and I hope that you feel comfortable enough to come to me if you need a friend or whatever. But then they might read that wrong too, and think that you're just trying to be their friend, and I don't know. But it's so hard. It's just, relationships are hard, but if really honestly, if we would just take the initiative to be open and honest and just go for it and express our feelings and just tell the other person how we feel, maybe, well, not maybe, this would, save a lot of energy and hurt feelings and disappointments, because I think a lot of relationships do not get started because of this exact, situation. Justice, balance. Maybe you're both seeking justice in your relationships before. Maybe you're just needing to balance out this relationship to get it started again. So that might be something that you need to think about. Maybe, hopefully, the other person is, but you could be trying to maybe walk away from the last relationship. With me, like with my husband and all the stuff that went on with that, I mean, it's not, at first I missed him so much, and I was grieving over him, and it was horrible. I just was so lost without him, and then, some things were shed, the truth was starting to come out of what had happened, and so on, and, so on. Well, the love, I mean, there would be no way I'd ever even considered to go back with him. I mean, no matter what he told me, no matter what he promised me, no matter what, I always have love for everybody, and I always have forgiveness in my heart for everyone, but there's no way. I am not attracted to him. I would never go anywhere. Even if we became friends, it would be friends, and that would be it, but we're not going to become friends. All of this also caused a lot of anxiety for you both. You guys obviously, you were hurt. You're stuck in your head. You're thinking the worst, scenarios. You're feeling down about yourself. You're feeling like, oh, I'm not good enough for this person, or, they must not be attracted to me, and I thought that they were, and, all that stuff that goes through our minds when we're just, trying to figure out what went wrong, because you knew that you had such a strong connection, and I'm sure that you both were really hoping for this to happen. Maybe there's an age difference. Why am I getting that? For some reason, I feel like that is a really big thing for you as a watcher, that maybe say he's 20 years older than you, and and maybe you were thinking, well, why would he want me? I'm young. And, well, I mean, that's kind of a silly question. I'm not he or she. It could be a he or she. I shouldn't say that. And then, vice versa. And all I can say is that, if you're in a scenario like that, then make sure that you open up about that. Make sure that you, express how you feel about that. Excuse me, because like me, I'm like, age is only a number. I mean, I could date somebody the same age as me, but they could act like 40 years younger than me. And then, or I could date somebody younger than me, and, our personalities and everything would fit perfect. And, so then when I look at that, it's the fact that, I guess when you're the older person, you might worry about, when I get old, you're still going to be young. Are you still going to be, attracted to me and whatever else? Well, if they love you, they would. So just kind of think of it that way. Age is only a number. That really shouldn't be an issue, but maybe one of you or both of you might be the type of person that worries about what the outside world thinks, and maybe you were kind of scared to see or hear what the people around you would say about it. But love doesn't it's not determined on what others think of you or what others think of the person that you're with. As long as that person is good to you and treats you good and is loving and faithful and all that good stuff to you, then that's all that should matter. It shouldn't matter if they were younger or older or whatever. So, but you both have tons of anxiety about this. Now with this one, and it's the Four of Pentacles, maybe one person was struggling financially, or maybe both of you, because like I said, it's like you guys are mirroring each other. So maybe you kind of you both step back and you were like, well, maybe I need to save up some finances. Maybe I want to plan a trip to go out of town, or take this person somewhere really cool so we can spend some time alone, or maybe just to be able to afford to go on a date, even out to dinner. Sometimes with the way the world is now, finances are really, really stretched thin. So maybe that might be the case, but just know that that is great, that you're strong enough to do that if this is the case. But I'm sure that person wouldn't have minded if your finances weren't up to par, because we've all gone through that. And to be together, to me at least, this is me, is more important than being able to go out to dinner or being able to go do fun things, because you can always do fun things without spending money. So, but that's me. The Queen of Wands, maybe as the female in this situation, maybe the male was kind of intimidated by you. Maybe they were afraid that you would just cut him off. Well, that's a sword, so I don't want to say the wands. Maybe your guards were so like they couldn't break through your walls. Maybe you were so guarded that they couldn't read what you were thinking, or how you were feeling, and it really made them feel like you did not feel the same way. I mean, and it could go vice versa. This could be for a man too, but I feel like with this card, it's like someone had their walls up so high because they were so afraid of getting hurt again, that the other person just really could not understand or feel or even slightly break that barrier you had. And it really intimidated them because they weren't sure if the way they were feeling, if you were even close to feeling that way. And I think, to be honest, like I said before, I think it was both of you. And so neither person really knew what the other one was thinking. So, and then last but not least, the Star. Now this could represent an Aquarius, but it also, to me, is that you both wished upon this star, and the higher, spirit brought you guys together because you were both of each other's wishes, and you both allowed your ego, your pride, the fear of your past relationships, the fear of, this not working out, what other people would think maybe, the fear of the other person not feeling the same way, stop this in its tracks, which is really, really unfortunate, because the feeling I get is that you guys are meant to be together. If you are, twin flames, it's written in the books. But I get this feeling in my stomach, and it's like you both, like you would see each other and you'd get butterflies, and you just both knew that this was your person. And it's not one person that let it go, you both let it go because you allowed fear to stop it. So if you want your wish, because we don't get our wishes granted to us every single day, you have to go after it. And you have to open up and tell this person how you feel. And if they don't respond in a positive way, or they don't reciprocate the feelings, then you'll know. But even if you have already tried, I think one more try is definitely worth it. But you really need to be open and honest with this person, and I think it might work out for you. So, okay, what did I tell you? I'll have to put pile 2 on a separate video, because that is as long as my video records. But I will say I can feel the emotions in this situation, and they are very, very strong. I can feel the love. I can feel the disappointment, the hurt, the pain, the sadness. I'm wanting just to bawl my eyes out. But I've been like that all day today too, because this is kind of my situation too. So I definitely, I got you there. But that's what I have for you, pile 1. I hope it resonated with you. I hope that it gave you some insight to maybe what the other person's feeling, but yourself also, and maybe ways that maybe you can reach out to this person and maybe rekindle what you had, or or begin to get to know each other and maybe be able to build a relationship. But if not, at least be friends, because I think that this person means a lot to you, and I think that that's important. So, and I think that there's love here, and I think that you guys would really make a really good couple and be able to really build a good relationship. So I am sending you all so much love, so many positive vibes. And again, pile 2 will be on a separate video. I'm sorry, but that's the way it goes. So, and if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do so because I would greatly appreciate it. I'm sending so much love, so many positive vibes, and peace to each and every one of you. Take care and have a great weekend. Thanks.